bounds.
A little clue to something. Guns are not in any way the biggest threat at schools. There's actually one threat that's almost as pervasive as guns, which surprised me. This is part of the story. Guns is like 10.5%, but did you know that explosive devices are still a huge concern inside our schools, including bombs that have detonated in the last year in schools across the country? We did not know that. I had no idea, but it is a threat. And one of the things that I'll give you something that we couldn't put into the story tonight, is that the explosive devices and all of that happening is something that we forgot about from the lessons of Columbine. Those of you who are old enough to remember the actual event Columbine, you'll know this probably. Maybe you've forgotten. But Columbine was planned as a bombing. Those demented and very awful young men that went in there were supposed to perform bombings, throwing active bombs. That didn't work, and that's what became the shooting scenario. And unfortunately, that is the point at which everybody pays attention to when we talk about school violence, Columbine. But there's a whole lot more to this picture. One of the things that you want to pay attention to, and it's on tonight at 11, I don't want to be a big promo, but it's worth watching. And if you can't watch that tonight at 11, go ahead, local12.com, and do watch this piece, because the expert we talked to says we're missing something. We're missing something very big in this equation. And what's missing in the equation is that there's a first line of defense that goes way beyond the approach of just a law enforcement kind of approach that is pervasive now in the schools across the country. I'm going to get back and read some of your stuff. Barbara, oh my, your son went to the emergency room for bullying. Wow, that is horrible. I'm so sorry. And it's still pretty much out of control. Part of that is they're supposed to be, they, being the educators, are supposed to follow procedure when that's in place. But a lot of times the procedure still is lacking.